Hey parents, I'm Robyn White, Director of Adult Ministry at Asbury, and I'm back with Session 3 of the VBS Parent Video Bible Study Series. Do you have a friend you can count on? One that is always there for you? Not just any friend, but the one that would drop everything they're doing and come right when you needed them. Friends like that are treasures. Our VBS story today is about a group of friends who go out of their way to help a friend in need. Please pause this video and read Luke chapter 5, verses 17 through 26. The author of the Gospel of Matthew does a really good job of bringing us into the story. I can almost visualize these four guys, each taking a corner of the mat and lifting their friend up in the air, carrying him to the place where Jesus was teaching. But after all their work of getting him there, the room was too crowded and they couldn't get in to see Jesus. So what did they do? What any friend would do. They got creative. Together they carried their friend to the rooftop, dug a hole in the roof, and started to lower him down. So let's stop right here for just a minute. Think about rooftops. Rooftops were significantly different than the way they're built today. They were not made out of shingles and wooden beams at the top, and they weren't so permanent like ours are. Their roofs were often flat, and families would go up on top of the roof and fellowship, or sleep, or eat, just as we may on a front porch or a back porch at our house. The roofs then were typically made out of mud with branches kind of lying on top, so they weren't quite as permanent. And even though these four guys probably didn't do permanent destruction to the roof when they made the hole, it was certainly a pretty bold move, and Jesus thought so too. As the men lowered their friend into the room, Jesus saw their faith and responded, "Friend, your sins are forgiven." The Pharisees and the scribes were appalled. Jesus recognized their questioning and said, "Which is easier to say, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Stand up and walk'?" Jesus turned to the paralyzed man and said, "I say to you, stand up, take up your bed, and go home." The man immediately stood up, took the mat that he had been lying on, and went home, glorifying God. Sometimes in life, we are the friend that is carrying someone else. And other times, we're the person that needs to be carried. But it's through our faith that we approach God with humility and allow God to address our needs. Jesus called the paralyzed man friend. Ask your child if they have a friend that needs help. Discuss different ways that your child can help their friends. Does your child need help from a friend? If so, how can their friends help them? Jesus saw the faith of the paralyzed man's friends. This reminds us that faith can be a beacon of light in our world. How can you shine the light of faith in our world? Jesus said, "Get up, take up your cot, and go home." May our loving God help us to get up, set our burdens aside, and walk by faith.